Oi, Charlie, are you going out?
Hello to you too.
Yeah, hello, whatever. Look, are you going out? There's some things that I need you to get for me, and I need them ASAP.
Well, I have a lot of work that I need to get finished up. I don't really think I have the time to go out today.
Look, just go to the shop, got it?
Oh wow, well, when you ask so politely like that, then sure, I'll go get your stuff. Look, I'm not your slave, you know. Go and get whatever you want yourself. I'm busy.
Doing what? Messing about on your laptop? I mean, what do you even do all day? Because as far as I can tell, it's absolutely nothing. You sit on your laptop all day, every day, acting like you're doing something important, but I bet it's not.
How could you even say that? You know that I'm working on my master's so that I can become a lawyer. It's incredibly hard work and the course is online. So it means that I'm kind of stuck on my laptop most of the time as that's where my lessons are and all the information I need is.
Blah, blah, blah. I really don't care.
Well, I can clearly see that.
Besides, how hard can sitting at home in your pajamas actually be? You say that you're doing your master's degree or whatever, but I bet that you're really just watching Netflix or playing games or something. Anything to actually avoid doing something real with your life. I mean, honestly, it's kind of pathetic. You need to get a real job and start earning some proper money, like me.
You don't have a real job. All you do is post pictures on Instagram and claim that you're an influencer.
Being an influencer is a real job.
Uh-huh. Well, maybe it is if you have millions of followers and are earning money off of advertisements and sponsorships and stuff like that. But you only have, like, 5,000 followers. I hardly think that you can call yourself an influencer with such a small following.
Well, obviously it's not going to stay that way. I'm going to be getting more followers soon. Just you wait and see. I have a lot of important and wise things to say that people will want to hear. I guarantee it.
Uh-huh, sure.
Whatever. Anyway, it doesn't matter if I'm not earning money at the moment, as Mom helps me out.
Of course she does. Because you're her golden girl, right? God forbid you have to act your age and handle things like a grown-up. No, as long as Mom's around, she'll do everything for you, including paying for all your nights out so you can post pictures about it on your Instagram.
Ha! You're actually jealous. LOL. Maybe if you were more like me, then Mom would actually like you. Besides, you have a lot to say considering you're currently living with us and freeloading off of us.
I might be living at home temporarily, but I'm definitely not freeloading. I pay more than my fair share of the bills and rent. Not to mention, I buy all my own food and do pretty much everything for myself, like the washing and stuff. Unlike you, all you do is laze around at home, making a mess, and expecting Mom to clean up after you. That is, if you're not out influencing. I mean, you could at least buy Mom some flowers or something to show her that you appreciate her, even though they would have been bought using her own money.
Whatever. Why would I do something stupid like that? That's just a waste of money.
You're so selfish. I don't know why Mom doesn't see it. You literally don't care about anyone but yourself. You should be ashamed of yourself. I know I'm embarrassed to have you as a sister.
You're embarrassed of me? I'm the one who should be embarrassed to have such a dorky, ugly, and frankly annoying big brother. God knows I've lied about you being my brother. Who would actually want to be related to you? I mean, you see all these movies where the big brother is kind and handsome, and he looks after his little sister from everything, but then I look at you, and I just know that I'd probably have to be the one to look after you. It's pathetic. I just wish that you weren't my brother.
Wow, well, thanks for telling me how you really feel about me. Just so you know, the feeling's mutual about you being my sister.
Mutual? What does that even mean?
Look it up in a dictionary. You might actually learn something for once in your life.
Are you saying I'm stupid?
Well, if the shoe fits.
And what would you know about shoes fitting? You've got horrible, massive club feet.
Name calling. Lassie.
You know what? You're going to regret being such a little witch to me. Just you wait and see.
Whatever you say.
Charlie, how could you be so mean to your sister? All she asked was if you could run to the shops for her. There was no need to be so vile to her.
Oh, hello, Mom. I see Jasmine's been talking to you about our conversation earlier. Of course you take her side without even asking me about what happened.
What's there to explain? All your sister asked for was for you to grab her a few things from the shops which she really needed. There was no need for you to be so hateful towards her. Honestly, would it have really hurt you to just do what she asked?
Since when am I her servant? If I was already out, then you know I would have picked whatever she needed up, but I wasn't. In fact, I was in the middle of doing some important work. I definitely didn't have the time to go and grab some trivial things simply because she couldn't be bothered to go and get them herself.
How selfish of you. Go on then. Tell me what this super important work is then. If it's so important that you can't help your sister out, then I'm dying to know what it is. Go on. Tell me.
Okay then, if you really want to know, I was in the middle of a lesson on criminal law theory and how it applies in court and how to create a good case in the eyes of the law.
That's why you couldn't help your sister? Because of some stupid lesson that you could have finished later on? I mean, it sounds incredibly easy. Besides, why would you want to make a good defense case for someone, especially a criminal? Make a bad one so that they get sent to jail where they belong, because they've committed a crime.
It really doesn't work like that. What if you were accused of a crime that you hadn't committed, but your defense lawyer thought that obviously you were guilty, and so they didn't try very hard to help you out? You wouldn't be so blasé about it then, would you?
It doesn't matter because I would never do anything that would get me arrested anyhow. Anyway, now that I know that your work isn't really work, I expect you to help your sister out whenever she tells you to. At least if you had helped her out today, you could have been doing something useful with your time.
I was using my time usefully. The lesson I had today was with a tutor. I couldn't just ask him to stop talking and to wait for me to get back. And if I would have left, I would have missed the majority of the lesson, which was actually very important. It'll be on my exam later in the year.
I'm sure they record those things. You could have just watched it back later.
Or Jasmine could have just gone and gotten her own stuff. Look, I'm not going to argue about this anymore. I'm not Jasmine's personal slave, here to do whatever she wants. I have important things that I need to do, and I'm going to do them, whether you and Jasmine like it or not.
Why? I mean, let's face it, you're not the brightest star. Why does it matter if you do your lessons or not?
So now you're calling me stupid?
Isn't that what you call Jasmine? At least she has a proper job that she works hard at, that actually takes skill and dedication.
Posting pictures online of her eating at a restaurant doesn't take skill. In fact, almost everyone in the world does it.
Well, she's better than everyone else.
Right, sure. Did you actually want something from me, or did you just decide that you were going to try and make me feel rubbish about myself?
Now, there's no need to be so dramatic. Not everything is about you, you know.
Nothing is about me according to you. All you care about is Jasmine. You never once took my side or tried to help me.
Did you ever think that maybe there's a reason for that?
And what would that be?
Your sister is simply better than you, and she needs all the help she can get so that she can be recognized for her talents. She's going to become rich through her social media influencing thing, and that means she'll then be able to take care of me in my older age. That's just something you won't be able to do. I need to make sure that my future is secured properly. State pensions don't pay that much, you know. And well, let's face it, you probably won't even pass your exams, so I'm not holding out any hope for you making any actual money.
Oh, wow. Well, at least I can see where Jasmine gets her selfish and self-centered attitude from.
Ugh, enough of this. I'm done arguing with you. In fact, I'm done with you completely.
Huh? What do you mean by that?
I mean that I am done with you in my life. I want you out of my home and out of my life ASAP.
What?
Not so snarky now, are you? Me and your sister have decided that it would be better for everyone if you left the home. We simply can't put up with your selfish ways any longer.
You're seriously kicking me out because you think that I'm the one being selfish?
Yes, your actions earlier with Jasmine were simply the last straw. We don't want such a heartless person in the family. You need to be gone by tomorrow afternoon.
Tomorrow? Where am I gonna go?
I don't know, but it's your problem, not mine, to figure it out. If all of your things aren't gone, then I'll simply throw them out onto the street.
Oh, don't worry. I wouldn't want to spend a single minute longer in this vile house than I have to. Hey, Damien, sorry to mess it so late. Are you about? Hey, Charlie. Yeah, what's up? My mom's kicking me out of the house. I need to move out by tomorrow afternoon. I was wondering if I can crash in your spare bedroom until I find a place of my own. Of course you can. I can't believe she's doing that to you. I can. I bet it was all Jasmine's idea. My mom always does whatever she wants. On the upside, I finally finished the course on criminal defense today. It was a tricky section, and one that I'll definitely need to revise come the exam, but it should be okay in the end. That's great to hear. Firms are going to be jumping at you for you to come and work for them. Thanks, Damien. I'll be at yours soon. Cool. I'll order a pizza. See you soon.
Hello? Is this Charlie?
Hello? Who is this?
It's Rachel, your mother. I know it's been a while since we last spoke. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
Oh, that's good. I'm good too, by the way.
Great.
Well, I say good. There are a few things I actually need help with. If you'd be able to...
There it is.
There what is?
I knew the only reason you were texting me was to try and get your hands on my money.
Well, I mean, you are a lawyer now, so you should have quite a lot of money spare. Especially considering that you were on that really high-profile case. The one on the news. I saw it on TV, and it was really cool what you did to help prove that man's innocence. Plus, considering your client was like a billionaire, I bet he paid you a lot of money for winning his case for him.
Ah, I see. So you saw my case and thought I was earning a bit of money now and you wanted to, what, take your cut?
Well, yeah, that's quite a lot of money you're earning. So I'm sure you could spare some, right?
I could, but I won't.
What? You don't understand. I need some money so that I can buy a place to live. Living with Jasmine is driving me crazy.
You still live with Jasmine?
Well, yeah. I mean, she lives with me. But lately, she's really been getting on my nerves. I want to move into a smaller place where only I will fit into it. That way, Jasmine will have to get her own place, and I'll be happy to live on my own again.
Wow, well, that's a hard no. I'm not gonna buy you a house simply because you demand it of me.
Don't be so selfish. You've got loads of money. You can spare a bit for a decent house for me.
After the way you and Jasmine treated me, I wouldn't spare you a penny.
Are you still upset about that?
You kicked me out of my home when I had nowhere else to go. What kind of family does that?
Well, it did you some good. Look at where you are now. We motivated you to work hard. If anything, you owe us half of your fortune for what we did for you.
You've not changed one bit. Still as selfish and self-centered as ever.
I'm not the one hoarding loads of money to myself.
I don't hoard it, actually. I make sure to donate to charities every month. You know, to people who actually need the help and not someone who's just being selfish and thinking of themselves.
Are you seriously not going to give me anything? We're family.
No, we're not. You might be my mom by blood, but you're not my family. I made a new family out of friends who truly love me and would be there for me through thick and thin. They wouldn't just abandon me or kick me out the second they felt like it. How about instead of demanding something that you've done nothing to earn, you focus on making yourself a better person and getting a job? Because you're not getting a penny from me.
I hate you.
I'm sure you do, but I don't care. I've got a great life and I'm not gonna let you ruin that. So, this is goodbye. Don't try and contact me again because I won't respond. Have a good life, Rachel. I hope you eventually learn how to empathize and think of others. You never know, you might actually see good things start happening for you. Oh, and you might want to actually have a chat with Jasmine and tell her how you're feeling. I know that she's your favorite kid and all, but sometimes you do actually need to be her mom and tell her what to do. You had no problem telling me what to do, so you've had plenty of practice. Now you just need to put it into action. And good luck.
What? No. Wait. Charlie.
After that, I blocked Rachel on every social media platform that I could think of. While she might have been my mother, I knew that she would never respect me, and I didn't want that kind of toxicity in my life. I knew I deserved better than that. I eventually met a woman who later became my wife, and we now have a wonderful little family. I treat my children with love and respect, and make sure that they do the same for each other as well. As for my mom and sister, I'm not entirely sure what happened to them. The last I heard, Rachel did find a new flat to rent out. However, I didn't hear what she did after that. I never tried to get back in contact with them and can only hope that they came to realize the error of their ways and try to better themselves in their behavior towards others. However, I wouldn't hold my breath, but that's not my problem now, and I'm extremely happy with my life.
Hey, sweetie. Whereabouts are you? Are you on your way home from work yet? Only, I can't help but have a massive craving for some watermelon. It would honestly be so nice right now that I would be forever in your debt if you could get me one. LOL.
Yeah, I'm about to leave work. I'll pick you one up on the way home.
Oh, thank you. Me and Miss Bump here thank you greatly and love you lots. We don't know what we would do without you. LOL.
Uh-huh.
Can you believe that we are literally only weeks away from being parents? It's crazy. I'm honestly freaking out a little bit because I feel like I have no clue what to do when the baby is born. I've been reading all of these birthing books and all about how to look after a baby, but I still feel like I'm underprepared. Like I'm forgetting something, you know?
Yeah, I get what you mean. It's definitely scary.
Tell me about it. I don't know how I'm going to be when I actually go into labor. All that blood and pain and crying. It's going to be a nightmare.
Blood?
Yeah, and then after that is when the actually hard part starts. We'll have to look after and care for an actual baby. An actual tiny human being will be relying on us to get it to adulthood in one piece. I don't know how I've managed to do that myself, let alone getting a baby there, lol. But the worst part will be the nappies. They are going to be awful. Good job I've got you to help me out there, huh?
That's where you're wrong.
Huh?
I draw the line at changing nappies. I'm definitely not going to be doing that. It's your job. You're the mom, so you have to change all the diapers.
I was just having a joke with you before, but there's no chance that I'm going to be the only one changing our daughter's diapers. You're going to have to do it too, you know.
No way. I'm not changing smelly, messy diapers. It's not happening.
So what are you going to do when you're watching our daughter and she fills her nappy? Huh? You can't just leave her in a dirty nappy, as that's how she'll get nappy rash. She'll need changing and you'll have to do it.
I'll just ask someone else to do it.
You can't ask a random stranger to look after our daughter and change her nappy. You are her father, so you'll have to take responsibility and do it yourself.
Well, tough. I'm not gonna do it. I'm also not gonna be getting up in the middle of the night if she wakes up screaming and crying.
And why is that?
Because I'm a very important and busy man, and I won't have time to look after a screaming child for hours on end in the middle of the night. You'll have to make her be quiet and relatively quickly so that I don't lose too much sleep.
Okay, from the looks of things, we really need to have a good long chat about what it means to be a parent. Obviously, you think that you can just lump all of the chores and difficult aspects of raising a baby onto me, and me alone. I can't be the only one taking care of our daughter. You're going to have to help out too.
I do help out, and I get the money, I'm the one who works, and make sure we actually have a roof over our heads, and four walls to stay in. Without me, you'd be destitute on the streets.
That's not true at all. Before getting pregnant, I was working a really well-paying job, and I had a lot of options to progress in my chosen career. However, I decided to have this baby with you when I found out that I was pregnant, because I love you, and I want to start a family with you. I thought you loved me as well, but with how you're talking, it doesn't sound too true at the moment.
No, don't overreact. I love you, you know I do. But I didn't choose to have this baby. You did. You want it, then you have to look after it. I can't be doing that as well as working. I'll have no time for myself if I do all of that.
So, when am I supposed to have time for myself if I've got a baby to look after full-time and no husband to help me out with things?
As the mom, you don't get time for yourself. You've got a baby to look after.
Do you even hear yourself right now? You sound so selfish and conceited.
Whatever, I'm just telling you the fact of the matter, and that is that you're the one who needs to stay home and take care of the baby, whilst I can do whatever I want.
Oh, that is so not happening.
I've gotta go. I need to actually start driving home so that I'm not stuck at work all night, okay?
Fine, but this conversation is so not over.
Uh-huh, sure, whatever. See you soon.
Bye. Sean, where are you? You were supposed to finish work ages ago. How come you're not back yet? Nothing's happened, has it? You're okay, aren't you?
Oh, yeah, about that. I decided that I didn't really feel like dealing with a pregnant you, especially considering that I have to go to work tomorrow, so I've decided not to come home tonight.
What? Please tell me you're joking. You can't just ditch me.
No, I'm not joking. I'm not coming home tonight. And I don't know if I'll come back at all these next few weeks whilst you're getting ready to have the baby. I don't want to have to deal with a heavily pregnant wife whilst trying to work as well. It's just way too exhausting.
Well, where are you then?
I'm just at my mom's house.
Seriously?
Yeah, oh, and she totally agrees with me, by the way. She thinks that it's kind of rude of you to demand that I help out with all the cleaning and stuff with the baby when it's born, when I've been at work all day. She said that considering you're the wife, and that you should be the one to cook and clean and look after the baby. I shouldn't have to do a woman's work, to be honest.
Woman's work? What on earth are you on about? Taking care of a house is not woman's work. If two people live in it, like we do, then it's up to both members of the couple to keep it clean and tidy and looking nice. And that goes double for looking after a baby. I'm really going to need your help and support when our daughter arrives, which will include tidying up any mess that she makes or helping me with the housework when it arises. Besides, it's not even like you're the only one who works. I'd understand and take a bit more responsibility if I was a stay-at-home wife who had time to clean and stuff during the day. But the fact of the matter is, I have a job too. I might be on maternity leave at the minute, but that doesn't make my work any less important than yours.
Well, whatever. I'm tired and stressed, and all I want to do is have a nice, relaxing evening after work. I knew if I came home, then I wouldn't be able to do that, as you just keep nagging me over and over again to look through the baby books again and to plan out how I'm going to help take care of the baby. It's annoying, and I've seriously had enough of it.
Seriously? Having a baby is annoying to you? Well, I can't wait to see how you behave when she's actually born.
Look, I'm done talking about this. I'm staying at my mom's tonight, so don't bother coming to get me. Got it?
Fine then. And don't worry. I wasn't going to beg you for anything. Not anymore. I can clearly see what you think of me and our baby, and that you're not going to help me anyway.
Well, who knows? Maybe if you beg me to come back home and apologize for how you've been acting, I might do so.
What do you mean, beg you to come home?
I mean exactly what I said. If you actually apologize for being a demanding and frankly annoying wife, then I might consider coming back home tonight. Or at the very least, I won't stay at my mom's house until the baby's born. After all, I would like to sleep in my bed again before then. It's much more comfortable.
Hang on a minute. You mean to tell me that you want me to turn around and beg for you to come home? And on top of that, you want me to apologize for telling you that you have to take care of our daughter?
Well, yeah.
Unbelievable.
Well, what kind of wife goes on and on and on about her husband needing to help her out? You honestly make yourself sound like an incapable toddler. Can you seriously not do anything for yourself?
I'm the incapable one? Says the man who gets into a huff when he has to iron his own shirt.
That's women's work.
You know what? I don't want you coming home tonight after all. I seriously can't deal with your ridiculous and selfish behavior. I have other things to worry about instead. Stay at your mom's house because this door is going to be locked for the rest of the night.
Fine then, I will.
Great.
So, have you thought about how you were acting yesterday? Are you ready to apologize?
Apologize for what?
You know what. Look, just kneel down and seek my forgiveness. If you actually do it, I'll be laughing all the way home.
You've lost your home. It's gone.
Huh? What do you mean by that?
I mean that I don't want you coming back at all.
Hang on, but why not?
Well, let's face it. You've made it very clear that you don't want to help me with the baby when she's born, so you can stay where you are. I don't need some useless and lazy person getting in my way when I'm trying to take care of a newborn baby. I mean, I'll have one helpless child to look after and make sure nothing bad happens to them. I can't be dealing with looking after a selfish toddler as well.
Look, it's like I said, all you have to do is just beg me to come back home, and I might consider coming back and maybe helping with some things, like holding her every now and then. All you have to do is swallow your pride and apologize.
I have absolutely nothing to apologize for, and the fact that you're trying to blackmail me into saying I'm sorry for no reason whatsoever just shows what your true character actually is.
Huh? What do you mean?
You're nothing but a selfish, sexist, and horrible little man who, apparently, can't feel good about himself unless he's trying to force his pregnant wife to beg him to come back home and help her out with the baby that they are only weeks away from having together.
But this isn't fair. You should listen to your husband when he tells you to do something.
Are you really being this petty right now? You're getting angry and annoyed at me simply because I won't beg you to come home?
Yeah, I mean, I'm the man in this relationship, not you. I don't want to be shown up and made to feel emasculated. You need to just do what I tell you when I tell you to do it. That's what a good little housewife would do.
Okay, 1, that's incredibly sexist. And 2, I'm not a housewife. I have a job. I am just on maternity leave.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Wow, good comeback.
Yeah, look, if you don't do what I say right now, then there will be consequences.
Consequences? What are those then?
Well, you'll just have to wait and see. Of course, if you do what I tell you to, then you won't have to deal with them.
Uh-huh. Well, whilst you think up some consequences, I'm going to get back to baby-proofing the house and setting up my daughter's nursery.
Duh, why can't you just be a good little housewife and do what I say? How hard is it to listen to your husband? Stop being so disobedient.
Disobedient? Where on earth has all of this come from? You weren't this sexist and crazy when we first got married.
Yeah, well, this is who I am now. Deal with it.
And this is the kind of dad that you're going to be to our daughter? Crazy and sexist and selfish? Trying to teach her that she's less than boys and men simply because she's a girl?
What I teach my daughter is up to me. Now, are you gonna beg me to come home like I told you to?
No.
Well then, I guess you'll just have to raise the baby yourself then. You could have saved yourself the trouble if you just done what I told you to. But you're simply too stubborn for your own good. I'm gonna go and relax now then. My mom has made me a nice dinner and I'm gonna just watch some TV and go to bed. What are you gonna do? Stay up all night working on the nursery and reading baby books all by yourself? It's not very attractive, you know. We'll have to have a proper conversation about all this when I get back.
Uh-huh. Sure.
Hey, there's no need to be so grumpy. This is all your fault anyway.
Okay.
I'm going now. Okay, very well. Delilah, where have you gone? Why aren't you home? And why can't I get into the house? My key isn't working. What have you done to the locks?
Oh, Sean. You finally decided to go home, I see? Well, I say home. It's just a house for you now, for all intents and purposes. It's not your home anymore.
That's exactly what I'm on about. What have you done? Why can't I get into the house?
Well, I've changed the locks. That's why.
Huh? What do you mean you've changed the locks? Why?
The house is mine. That's why.
What are you on about? The house isn't yours. I'm the man, so the house is mine.
Actually, it isn't. Do you remember when we were first looking for a house to buy? You were on minimum wage at the time, having just started your new job. So we decided, or well, more like you forced me, to put the mortgage in my name, as I was earning more than you. You didn't want to deal with the payments, but you didn't care if I had to. So, yeah. So it turns out that I'm the one who gets to decide who lives in my house, not you.
Hang on, but that's not fair. I live there too. I should get a say in what happens to it.
Actually, you don't live here anymore.
Look, you and I are gonna have a proper chat about what you can and can't do. You're getting way too used to just doing whatever you want, and it's not a good trait for a woman to have. You need to get used to doing what I tell you to as your husband. I can't have you teaching things like this to our daughter.
Actually, no. I'm never going to have a conversation with you ever again.
What do you mean?
I've filed for divorce. I've actually only just got back from my attorney's office this morning.
What? No way, I won't give you one.
It's too late. I've already contacted some lawyers and they are more than happy to represent me in court if it comes to it.
I can't believe you're doing this to me. How selfish can you get?
I'm not being selfish. I've just finally realized the type of person you are. And let me tell you, it's not someone I want to be with. I don't want a husband who is constantly belittling me and telling me that I can't do something just because I'm a woman. I deserve so much better than that. And I'm certainly not going to let you teach my daughter that she's less than a man. She's so much more than that.
Fine then, if that's the way you want to be, then I'll divorce you and I'll take full custody of the baby too.
No, you won't. I've already spoken to my lawyers about this, as I knew that you'd try to pull a stunt like this, and they've said that due to all of the evidence of your clear lack of interest and care towards my daughter, they'll be able to make sure that I get full custody, not you.
What?
Yep. So I'm going to continue living in my house and getting ready for the arrival of my daughter. As for you, I don't care what you do, as long as you're nowhere near me.
You absolute witch! This isn't how things are supposed to go!
Well, until you learn how to be a proper man, one who respects women, I don't think you'll be finding things going your way for quite a long time. Anyway, the divorce papers will be with you soon. I've got to go now, because I've got quite a few things left to get ready for my baby girl. See ya.
You've really done it this time, Delilah. Just you wait. I'll show you! Delilah?
I divorced Sean in the end. He tried to fight it at first, but after the judge saw how he had been treating me and how he was so disregarding of his unborn daughter, he sided with me in the end and gave me the divorce. I've since had my baby girl, who I decided to name Hope, and we have been living happily together for the last few months. It's quite hard being a single mother, but it's also incredibly rewarding, and I love every moment that I get to spend with my daughter. Last I heard, Sean ended up moving back in with his mom after I kicked him out. Also, with his new sexist attitude, he's not had any chance with relationships. Who knew that women didn't like to be treated like an object from the 1950s? Well, I mean probably everyone apart from Sean. But if he's rejected enough, maybe he'll eventually learn that times have changed, and he needs to as well if he wants to have any success in life.